Okay, I need to know where you were when you found out that Russell Wilson was heading to the Broncos. Like, you dropped everything. What were you doing? Were you with the family? Were you with the kids? Were you on a show?
I left. I'd already done the show. It was that was Monday, right? What the hell day was that? That was Tuesday.
Right,
Tuesday morning, right? So Tuesday morning. Of course, the Rodgers news had just come out.
True.
So I was literally kind of texting. I was sitting at my kitchen table. I was eating a little breakfast. I was reading football news. I was getting ready to dive
drinking
into
his bougie coffee.
My bougie coffee. You know that exactly right. And I was trying to like sit there and just read football news. I was about to dive into some draft stuff and watch some film. And all of a sudden I got text like, boom, Russell to Denver. And I was like, wow. I mean,
kind of new.
Knew it was on the radar. I've been trying to yell at everybody for the past month that Russell Wilson's trying to get us Seattle.
Right.
You know, and people, of course, you're crazy. He doesn't really want that.
I believed you.
Yeah, thank you. I know you believe me.
I did, always.
I know. And so, yeah, I knew that. Usually when I say things like that, I have like some inklings from people I trust that are leading me in that direction. So it wasn't a shock. But I think Denver legitimately, hey, the first domino was Rodgers.
Right.
They wanted Rodgers. It didn't work. They had already reached out to Seattle. They're not stupid. They weren't just going, oh, we're only going to talk to Rodgers and we're not going to talk to anybody else in football. They had plan B in place. And yes, they had already gotten down the road a little bit with conversations with the Seahawks. Once they realized they don't get Rodgers, boom, you get Russell Wilson. Freaking game changer. Game changer. And I think a blessing in disguise in a lot of ways that they didn't get Rodgers. And you know me, I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan.
Okay, because you and I both, we love the NBA.
Yeah.
And so now we're seeing these blockbuster trades with superstars.
Yeah.
And so we had Tom Brady going to Tampa. We have Stafford going to LA.
Yeah.
Win the last 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
Is that the same situation we're looking at in Denver when you add Russell Wilson?
I think so. I think you're going to continue to see this. Because just like the NBA, these guys get pinned with like, oh, you're a loser just because the team doesn't. And I think the quarterbacks have gotten to that point where they're like,
it's
wait,
not fair. That's not
I
fair.
got drafted here and we're not that good. And, you can't do that to me. So that is, I think they're going to continue to make their own plays there. Yeah. And the difference is you're seeing it, the NBA effect rippling over to the NFL. I just don't feel like the NFL players are quite as willing to be the bad guy yet, like some of the NBA guys.
Yeah.
The NBA
they're
guys,
not ready to be hardened.
When they want to get out, they're like,
out.
screw you, I'm out of here. I don't care what you people say about me.
Right.
And I do respect that. Damn, my earpiece came out.
Oh, you're that nervous?
I'm good. No, I don't know what happened. Wait, but I do want to add more to that conversation.
Yes. And because I just want to know where you think then the Broncos stack up with Russell Wilson. But I do love this idea of like the NFL, NBA, there's a little bit of synergy here, and we're seeing the superstars moving around.
No doubt. I think between the NBA, the heat these quarterbacks take on social media, and then you mentioned it with Brady and Stafford the last 2 years, people are like,
it seems to be the recipe. It's like, wait, okay, well, why don't we just do that?
And the teams notice it too, so they're going to be ultra aggressive, like the Denver is. They're looking at it, going, screw it. I mean, does anybody? I'll echo Ron Rivera last week of the Combine. Does anybody even remember what the Rams traded for Matthew Stafford anymore? No one cares. They're just like, they got a Super Bowl. Who the cares?
But I know what tequila Stafford was drinking at the party.
Yes,
like,
you
I know.
do. Yeah, you do know that. 1942. But makes them an instant contender. And the reason I say I think it's a little bit of a blessing in disguise with Wilson over Rodgers is you have a real chance to build something with Wilson.
Yeah.
Rodgers, you could have been in. You win the Super Bowl this year, and he might have gone, I'm out of here. And now you're going, oh, shit, we got to find another quarterback. Or 2 years from now, he might just go, I've had enough. So with Wilson, you have a chance really to kind of formulate a real culture with a team and a nucleus with some of the young receivers and guys they have, the new running back, Javonte Williams, and go, wait, we legitimately could have something here for the next 6 to 10 years. And that's where I like the Russell Wilson thing, let alone he's going to fit the system and the style of play, and they got some weapons around him that are real.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.